want. The one just used to ban and don't say nothing. But this is what it is. Like, keep it moving. This is a question that I wanted to ask you.
Mhm.
It's kind of related to it. What is your opinion with that vaccine? You care about it either way? You want me to give my thoughts real quick? Give me 5
The vaccine?
seconds. Yeah.
Okay.
Am I give my thoughts?
You want me to get my thoughts, or you want to give your thoughts
It
first?
doesn't matter either way.
You can shoot first. I like when you talk. I like when you make conversation.
Jesus Christ.
Like being a conversationalist. There you go.
I don't really care about it either way. Like, I'm not strong for it, or I'm not strong against it. Like, if I would have gone to my yearly checkup and the doctor would have asked me, hey, you want to take the vaccine? I probably would have said, sure, go ahead. I don't have really strong thoughts about it. My only problem that I got recently was the whole unlock New York thing. Is, locking away gyms, locking away restaurants, locking away
unless you have it, yeah.
Unless you, to me, that's the crossing the line. The vaccine was not. I was not against it. But it's just that thing brought me the wrong way, and you can say that I'm not taking it for that. Either way, I don't have a strong opinion on it. That's my thoughts.
I don't have a strong opinion on the vaccine as well. My own opinion on it is this: if you've gotten COVID already, getting the vaccine after you've gotten COVID will not change anything. You basically just getting a weaker version of the disease, and it's basically you have antibodies. That's basically what a vaccine is the injection. So with a weaker version of the disease, you can fight it off and get antibodies. If you got the disease already, you've got antibodies. There's really no reason for you to get. And I'm not a doctor, so don't take my advice. I'm not a doctor. Don't sue me. I'm not a doctor. Don't take any medical advice from me. Consult your physician. Consult your own personal doctor. Consult a fucking surgeon. Consult your God. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like at a certain point, especially with New York, because I know they defend the law. I don't know what it's called. I know it becomes active September 13th. So by September 13th, you need to have a card, and then you're not allowed to any indoor facility if you don't have the vaccination. You need the card. You need proof of it. Like, I've been talking about it. I've been talking about it at my job, and because right now we're working in the hospital, and eventually the hospitals are gonna need everybody to get it, and they'll ask me, what would you do if the hospital demands you to have it so you can do it? I'm like, I just work somewhere else. They go, you rather just work somewhere else? I'm like, yeah, why not? And like, I mean, firstly, it's a free country. Don't demand me to do shit. Secondly, if that's the hospital's policy, I'm not gonna get mad at the hospital. Like, okay, that's your policy. Yeah. That's your policy. I don't have to be there. Yeah. I am my own person. I don't have to be somewhere I'm not needed, or if I don't want to be there. So I just go somewhere else. There's a lot of other job sites I can go to. There's a lot of other places to make money at. And for the most part, a lot of these places that are making these strict rules are going to lose business. Yeah. They are going to lose business because the moment all this is going to do is it's going to separate. I feel like most of it's going to separate this into independent people, right? Really. And I feel like a lot of people that's bending and getting their a thumb shoved up their ass. Yeah. They're gonna be like, yes, daddy, master, whatever. That's really what's gonna happen. And I don't feel like I'm that kind of person. I'm a very independent person. I try to make decisions based on any knowledge I have at the moment. And I explained this at my job. We've had the code since the beginning of time. The code has never disappeared. There's no cures for the common cold. People, you got this home remedy that'll make you feel better, but there's no cure for it. Your body just has to fight it off. Yeah. Now, if we don't have a cure for the cold or a cold, what makes you think that we're gonna have a cure for COVID?
And even the variants that it has, because
I'll give you another number, right? More kids died of pneumonia, I want to say 2019 and 2020, than died from COVID. Mm-hmm. Ammonia. More kids died from the flu than whatever. So the majority of people, I think it's 80-90% of all people that have passed away from COVID are within the 60 to 80 range. And almost 100% of everybody that's died from COVID had pre-existing conditions. Almost 100. I think I want to say it's 300 or something people between the age of 18 and down and under has died, including COVID. That's the verbiage they're using. Has died while including COVID, which means COVID was in their system, but that doesn't mean that was the cause of death.
Yeah.
I think the grand total, as far as I remember, no one quote me on this. The last time I checked the numbers was 17 people, 17 kids have died from COVID. And every one of them had pre-existing conditions. 17. There's 73 million kids in America.
Yeah, and only 17 out of that is that for COVID.
And only 17 out of 73 million. You know, because right now, you know, Florida's the only place that's starting it, the mask mandates inside class is because kids don't really pass on COVID or get really sick from COVID, as far as the numbers have played out. A lot of other places like New York, they try to protect. What they're really trying to do is protect the teachers. They're putting those plastic plexiglass kind of things in front of the students. That's worse because now air is not able to circulate throughout the room.
Mm-hmm.
So if anything, doing that stuff, and if one person is sick when they go in, the entire room's gonna be sick because the air cannot fluctuate. It can't move up and get out. Now it's gonna be stuck at the bottom, and whoever's gonna get there next, whoever's gonna sit there next, or whatever,
they're gonna get it. That's it.
Yeah, and that's it.
It's crazy because even in the same conversation I had with another person, I said that I understand both sides. I understand why people wouldn't want to take the vaccine, right? I mean, especially when you're being lied to so much by the government, right? Telling you that the masks work, that it don't work, telling you that the vaccine works, then that the people that made the vaccines, they're not even vaccinated themselves. There's somebody else that I knew that had like a pre-existing condition for blood clots, and one of the vaccine apparently it can give you problems with blood clots. So he said, I just don't want to risk it. And I'm like, okay, I can understand both. I can understand that side. They're saying, I don't want to take this. I just don't trust the government, rightfully so. And I also understand the other side that says, I just want to get back to normal. But, you know, I just don't like the precedent that is setting that if they can just tell us what to do and we have to do it. Because if we don't do it, they take away stuff, right? Because the way they're trying to set it up is that they're not taking away our freedoms. Right? They're not taking it away. It's like, you can, if you don't want to take it, don't take it, but you cannot do this, that. It's like you're taking it away anyways, regardless. You're just not doing it directly. You're doing it indirectly. So yeah. I mean, I was not having the same conversation too, but I was thinking about it, like if my job required me to have COVID, what would I do? And I thought about it, and I was like, I'll probably quit. Like I'll do something else. I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't. It just doesn't sit right with me. So I will have to quit. I mean, I can do other stuff.
I'm in agreement. I feel the same way to a point. It's like, well, it's unfortunate that you feel that I need to have the vaccine to work at this company, but you know, as far as I'm aware, I know the time in United States history was where people for a company made to have certain shots to work there. So it's like, and really what it is, why, because even I think Biden had made like, he had like a speech and everything. He was saying to companies that they should start mandating that people get the vaccine in the private sector.
Well, just like my friend John said, and he just said, listen, if we vote with our wallets, if they start losing money, this whole get the vaccine before you work here is going to go out the window. As soon as businesses start losing money, that's like, oh no, we're not doing this. You can come in and you don't have to be vaccinated. You know, so you know.
I feel like, okay, for Bloomberg, a lot of businesses went out a lot of businesses on New York went out of business, and Bloomberg and a select group of billionaires started buying up all the property. Either way, the extremely rich win. They might lose money in the short term. They might lose money in the short term, but a lot of places can't afford to do either one. They can't afford to keep it open because of the lawsuits. They can't afford to close it because they make no money.
Oh, so
right. So once those small businesses start losing their companies or start losing whatever businesses they have, all that's going to happen is that the Amazons, the YouTubes, the Googles of the world are going to swoop in and buy all those properties. And then there's going to become a bigger disparity between people in terms of income.
just a quick question. So if hypothetically speaking, if I have a business, small business, and I don't follow the mandate, the whole thing, I don't check people's for their vaccination cards, I can be sued by the city.
If you don't get sued by the city, you open yourself to get sued by an individual,
Oh,
and then
the
the city
Watson.
will back, and then the city will back them.
Gotcha. I mean,
either they would back them without you knowing, or they would back them with you know, and they'll probably have like a good ass lawyer.
yeah. So I mean, knowing how sensitive people are, we just saw. I mean, you get